how's it going? Merry Christmas and all of that stuff. And seriously, well, okay, it's gonna be like the day after Christmas realistically when I get this out, so meh, womp womp. But happy holidays nonetheless. Hope you're doing well. It's officially Christmas Day! Oh my god, I get to ring in Christmas Day with you guys. How special and sweet and fun. That's adorable of us. So, basically, I am gonna make today's. I always like say that I'm gonna start filming these videos in the day, but I feel like inspiration strikes at night, so that's why I'm doing this. Anyways, but I'm going to make this very brief today. I wanted to get on here and just kind of say some fucking things that actually have nothing to do with Christmas and like the holidays, so sorry about that. But if you were expecting to get like poached egg, exactly. Oh yes, the alter ego version of me. For those of you that don't know, in a nutshell, really quickly, kind of like what my plan is. Like, is your plan to have a disco party in your room, or what's going on back there? It's fucking hell. Why do the ads go off? Thank you. The ambiance that you can't see is back, but that has been a running joke in this series. What series? I don't know. I'm sorry. Let me just come back to myself for a second. Also, hey, it's the other version of me, her, whatever the fuck, same bitch, different day. Fuck. Oh yeah, the other version of me is pretty much like a bit that I'm kind of playing with, just in the fact that I'm a firm believer that we all have like two parts to us, all of us in this life, and like a good and a bad. Not like good or bad, like however you want to view it, black and white. Like the yin and yang symbol exists for a reason, whatever the fuck. Like there are two parts of you that are constantly in turmoil, and that's like, I don't know, at least for me, and this is not really like, I don't really represent, what am I saying? This is not making sense, my god. Girl, respectfully, what the fuck are you trying to say? I'm over here trying to do math homework. I'm carrying the one, and I still don't know what you're saying. How do I explain this? Yeah, there's like two parts to yourself, I guess. Like I said, like the good and the bad, and I don't know. I kind of like the idea of playing with the fact that like you're your own worst critic. You are the one that's going to be getting in your way like your entire life. You're your biggest enemy, but you're also your biggest advocate, like that sort of whole thing. And then like the turmoil like that lives within all of us of, yeah, I don't know, just everything that makes up our pain and our negative qualities, but then also on the other side like our positive quality. I don't know. I just have this like deep feeling that like I'm split in two. I hate to break it to you, but that's called being bipolar, babes. Shut your mouth. That is not bipolar. Anyway, that's kind of what she's here for, is to just keep me in check and clean up my mistakes when I make them, because who else is going to besides me, right? So that's kind of that. I don't know. I'm curious to see how that progresses as this channel progresses, but anyways, putting that aside for a second. Me, I'm like, this is gonna be a short video. Girl, you're such a liar. I'm surprised your nose isn't the size of your dick by now. Stupid as shit. I hate the bits I make. I quit. Also, every time I like giggle or snicker or do anything slightly that's like, even like slightly raising my mouth, my side of my mouth, smiling, my bedboard like fucking shakes like we're in an earthquake, so yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's also why I've gotcha. This is gonna be super out of order, but you'll understand if you watch the whole video. The focus in this video is so bad. It's like a Shakespearean tragedy. It sucks, and I'm sorry. I will hopefully get better at that. I would like to blame my camera for it, but it's just me choosing the worst time of day to film, so yeah. I'm gonna take ownership. Okay, bye. Okay. All of that aside, what I really wanted to say is that I recently have had an experience in my life. It's been about 3.5 weeks. I've kind of talked about it briefly, like in a different video. I don't know, but it was an experience, a spiritual one. Does that trigger you? If the word spiritual triggers you, then shit, babe, I don't know. We ain't gonna get along then. You better hit the ground running, sweetheart, because that's not how you use that saying at all, but it doesn't matter. We're probably not going to see eye to eye, and that's cool. But anyways, spiritual experience. And it's one that's like, it has to do with like plant medicine, I guess. Say what you want about plant medicine. It has been healing me in a way I did not know a person could be healed. So, eat shit, kick rocks, basically. But, sorry, you didn't click on this video to get bullied. Unless you're into that, then maybe you should check out my OnlyFans. Hey, we don't have an OnlyFans. That's not even a funny joke. Let's get back on track. We don't. I just thought it'd be funny. No, it's not funny. Right. Sorry. But this experience has made me realize how closed off I've been as a person without even realizing it, and how I just have had moments where I've been myself, but then also I've been, again, like having this very internal battle with a lot of shit that I have not been addressing. And it's shit that I probably will end up talking about on here at some point. I'm just kind of trying to navigate the whole being able to be vulnerable and be open with like myself online, but also realizing like putting myself online, I don't want to share too much, and like there's a certain amount of peace that I want to protect within myself. And I know that it's kind of hard to create that balance. So that's kind of how I'm like trying to figure out how to navigate this, because I think there's a certain attractive quality about vulnerability. Like, I've always been attracted to vulnerability, and I can't quite explain why. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I couldn't do it. So I kind of like, I loved it when people would be vulnerable with me, and God forbid I give them anything back, but that's another story. Anyway, the bottom line is I've been very, very closed off for a very long amount of time now. And, yeah, it hasn't been great. It hasn't been fun. And it's funny because you can only stay that way for so long before it is going to come out in other ways. There's only a certain amount of secrets that you can keep in your life, and there's only a certain amount of shit that you can hide about yourself, and there's only so much of yourself that you can keep together and keep control of and keep under wraps for so long before everything literally will just actually like explode out of you. Trust me, babe. It's not cute. It's not sexy. But it's also normal, because as humans, we have this fucking idea in our head that at least I get like this. I will have something that's going on inside of me that's festering, this past pain that I cannot seem to get through. And I convince myself that I'm the only person that this has ever happened to. No one else is ever going to understand this. They're going to think I'm weird. They're going to think I'm a freak. They're going to think this, that, and the other. And then that's like when the closing off starts. And I admit, we live in a very cruel world. Like, I would be naive in the fact if I like said, oh, we live in such a kind, loving, welcoming world. We don't. But all of that being said, there is kindness and love that exists in this world, that exists in all of us. And I think that we forget that sometimes. Anyway, again, another tangent. We're going to put that one to rest. But basically what I'm getting at right now is that something will happen in our lives that will close us off. It'll fucking lock our hearts up and just throw away the key. And this beautiful energy that we have about us, that all of us have, yes, it's a little bit more lost in others than, it looks different for everybody, but it just gets like turned off, and we lose a certain amount of joy that we possess, and it fucking sucks, because there are these things in our brain that are keeping us blocked, and we cannot, and it's so funny because these things that I've been working through, I haven't really been working through them, actually. It's just shit that I've picked up over the past few years in my life that I have not been able to let go of or shake. And the funny thing is, I didn't really view these things as a problem. And I would just keep saying to everyone around me and myself, I wouldn't even admit it to myself that I had problems, right? Like, and no human wants to. For some reason, we think we have this fucking idea in our mind that we're supposed to come into this world being flawless and perfect and have it all under control and all together. Newsflash, babe, no one does. I don't give a fuck what influences you're watching. I don't give a shit. Like, there is not one singular human being that has it all together in this world. It doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter the sex, it doesn't matter the race. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. We're just all kind of bumbling along like idiots. So let yourself off the hook. But again, sorry, I tend to get off topic. Can you tell? I'm gonna get a sip of water because opening up makes a bitch thirsty. No, don't do that again, please. I know, shut up. I knew the second I said it. Just stop it. And you know what? I know you're not going to edit those gulps out because you are such a... I'm going to call you the C word and you're going to have to edit it out. Ready? You know what? Fine. Do your worst, bitch. I'll just put a funny sound effect over it, so... haha. Also, yes, I did in fact... This is going to be kind of confusing, but I might as well come clean with you. I did in fact forget to film this portion of the editing section like a total ding-a-ling. This is why we make lists and cross off said lists, because I missed a whole bit. Can you imagine how tragic that would have been? Anyway, you're such a yeah, so take that. Gotcha. I love self-hatred. Okay, anyways, as the headboard violently shakes, but what the fuck was I getting at? Dang it. Oh, I always do this. I'm also not editing this next part out because I want y'all to watch her try to work this out before I have to come in and remind her. Oh yeah, wait. There's only so much that can go on. Oh. Okay, honey, that no one has it all figured out. Remember, come on, no, you're embarrassing us. Oh yeah, no one has it all together. Thank you for that reminder. But you can only, and like I said earlier, you can only keep shit under wraps for so long before, I don't know, it's like a scientific law. If you put too much stuff in something, it's not gonna fit, and things are gonna pile out eventually. That was the worst. Wow, snaps for the rocket scientist over here. That was so bad, wow. Can you just imagine me with like a shitty lab coat, like with my beakers, like dumping some stuff in, and I was like, yeah, if you put too much things in something, it'll come out. Wow, thank you. Albert Einstein is rolling over in his fucking grave right now. I have a potty mouth tonight. Sorry, it's Christmas, I should not be doing that. But yeah, that's a lot of money you should be putting in the swear jar, bitch. So, these things in me, I was so much guilt and shame surrounded by them, and again, it's sad to me but also comforting to know that everyone goes through this in their life. Like, everyone has guilt and shame surrounding certain things in their life that they just don't really talk about because there is such a stigma around certain things, but it's things that I've been telling myself over and over and over again for the past few years. My God, I hate saying years, but yes, past few years. No, I have this under control. It's fine. No one has to know about this. I've got this under control. This will be my secret and my secret alone. This will be mine to face and mine to face alone. First of all, girl, that is dumb as shit. Like, I'll tell you why that's dumb as shit in a second, but I thought for so long that I could, you know, and it's like, it's been a really painful few weeks for me because I've had to sit and face these things like head on, and I have not been able to run from them anymore. And that's kind of the beauty about plant medicine, is like, it not in an aggressive, mean way, but it forces you to face certain things about you, and it's a little bit terrifying at times, but it's also very beautiful, and it's not a mean or vicious process at all, which is good. And I've actually tried to approach fixing these problems in a mean and vicious way before, and that's gotten me nowhere, except for knee deep in self-hatred, so go figure. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just, it's been hard. Like, you never want to face the things that you, like, your problems, and we all have them. We all have problems. To be human is to have problems, and yes, our problems look different given our circumstances, but and regardless, we have problems. And like, I guess I'm realizing you can only sit and be like, I have this under control for so long, until you realize you don't have it under control, and you've never had it under control, and actually, it was really never yours to control in the first place. Ooh, yeah. Hate to break it to you, but whatever you're going through right now, whatever you've been going through, whatever's like following you, whatever like is haunting you, and again, I know that we all have something that is. I hope you know it's not you. You are so much more than your pain and hurt. Yes, it can be a part of you, and that's okay. It can leave some wounds, some scars, whatever the shit. That's okay, babe. Scars make you sexy anyway, but it's not you, and it doesn't have to define you in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I know this is gonna be crazy, but you're the one that's letting it define you. You're the one that's letting it shape who you are as a person. It doesn't have to. It can just be a thing that you had to go through in this life, but it doesn't have to be you, you know? And I think that's really a powerful thing to hear, and I think a lot of people need to hear that. I need to hear that. Yeah, and I think that can be applied to a lot of different areas in life, but how I kind of want to wrap this up before I get yapping too much is that I just want to remind you that, A, you're very loved, and I know, here's the thing, I'm the biggest, like, I hate so much when a bitch is like, I just want you to remember that you are loved. Like, I hate that. That makes me want to throw up in my mouth, but here I am saying it, being a hypocrite, because the thing is, you are so loved. And I'm not saying this from a fucking Christian, Bible-thumping Christian standpoint, or like, saying this from any, like, leave religion and everything else out of this. Strip everything away for a second. Love can exist, and peace can exist. I promise you. And it's something that already, you don't have to look anywhere else for that. It exists inside of you. You are not separate from love at all. You and love are not two different things. You just think that you are. You're constantly chasing it in people, places, things, substances. You don't need to chase it. It's there. It's not separate. Does that make sense? You and love are not separate. So that's, again, I'm not sitting here saying, like, this is something that I still need to let sink into, but, like, however love exists, it does. And I know people are going to fight me on this. It exists. It truly, it does. And it always has, and it always will. It seems to be getting harder to find these days. And unfortunately, I think as we progress as human beings and the world keeps on turning, it's going to continue to be harder to find, but it exists. And I just want you to remember that, and remember that you are love, if that makes sense. But I wanted to tell you that just because it's Christmas, and, like, why the fuck not? Christmas is the time of year where everyone pretends to be a lot happier than they are and a lot less stressed out and anxious than they are, which I think is fucking dumb, but again, another story. Another thing I just wanted to say is that we are so funny because, like I was saying earlier, we get so in our heads that we are all alone and that no one is gonna understand our pain and our suffering and our hurt. And in reality, every single human being can understand. Not like understand your exact situation or circumstance. Sure, I'll give you that. But they can understand your pain and hurt and sorrow because they felt it too. And the worst, absolute worst thing that you can do for yourself is to shut yourself down and shut yourself off. That is when things get dark and shit gets scary. Honey, I know. I've been there. It's terrifying and it sucks. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be intense. And you are allowed to let people help you. And like, here's the thing. A bitch has a big ego. She can attest. Yeah, she's like the most insecure, secure person I know. Swear to God. Yeah, and I let my ego get in the way of me asking for help more often than not. It is super hard for me to ask for help. Like, I get really embarrassed about it, and it's stupid because, again, you are not put on this earth and given this life to face it alone. Like, how shit would that be? If you're just like, poof, man, okay, figure it out. And everyone's just like, shitty dick to you. And I'm sorry if that's been your experience so far, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be forever. Like, you are not going to continuously, I don't know, you're not meant to do this alone. That's the bottom line. And people are going to continue to come and go. And like, no one's going to last forever, but the people that do come and go are going to teach you lessons. Some are going to teach you ones that aren't super fun. Some are going to teach you ones that are quite beautiful. But you are not meant to face this alone, is what I'm getting at. You were not put here, like, again, to face your problems alone. And I guarantee you, people are a lot more understanding than you give them credit for. And another thing that I happen to know about human beings is that they like to feel needed. We like to feel needed. We like when someone is vulnerable and open with us because it makes us feel like we can be trusted. Like, so if anything, open up because it's going to please the other person. I know you're a people pleaser. So if you're going to, I mean, as scary as it is, it's a really beautiful thing too. And you never really know who's going to be able to like say the right thing that you need to hear at that time, you know? And I know it's scary to trust people. And again, I'm not saying go around and scream all your problems to everyone because there are certain people in this life that you should not trust. Again, I know it's backwards and I know this is like counterintuitive, whatever, but you are allowed to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. In fact, I think asking for help is probably one of the bravest and sexiest things that a person can do because everybody knows it's not easy. It's not easy to fucking put your heart out there and be like, I'm struggling and I need help. I thought that I could do this by myself and I can't. And you know what? Saying that out loud, again, I'm sick. I hate that I just said that. But like, also there's no shame in it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm hoping that by me saying this and me telling you guys, like, I've had so much help from so many people in my life, and I'm going to continue to have help from so many different people in my life because I am young. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And we all need help from time to time because, again, you were never meant to do this alone. So, yeah. Let yourself be helped. People want to help. They do. Anyway, that's all I got. Put your goddamn ego aside for 5 seconds, you cunt. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rein it in. Happy holidays, gorgeous. I love you. I'm proud of you. I know, you're all complimenting my red cashmere sweater right now because I'm super festive. But, honey, no one said anything about the sweater. Shut up. Let me have my fun. Yeah, anyways, I love you. I adore you. I don't know what my video schedule is going to look like in this new year because a lot of big changes coming up in my life, and I'll be honest, I'm really trying not to shut down and freak out about it. I'm trying to practice healthy coping mechanisms because that's what hot bitches do. But, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm very excited to continue this, whatever the fuck this is. I don't know what we have going on here, but we're taking it very slow. But yeah, this is just, I think it's the start of something really beautiful. But yeah, thank you for your support. Thank you for being lovely as ever. And I love talking with you. And yeah, I hope this helped you, and yeah, I don't know. Go create beauty. Go create beauty, kid. Fucking hell. Yeah, you're doing great. Love you. And all that stuff. Ugh, gross. Bye. Okay, yeah, so I will see you when I see you. Like I said, life is about to get kind of crazy. I have a lot of emotions to work through, a lot of shit to work through, and a lot of changes to navigate, which is, you know, a really exciting time in my life. And it is a lot to take, but it's all good, beautiful things, and it's just going to shape me into a better person. Ugh, gross. Anyways, yeah, I hope you know that no matter where you're at in your journey, I'm proud of you, I'm rooting for you. Thanks for being here with me, because you're fucking hot, and I have a crush on you. But, I will see you when I see you. I can't wait to see your beautiful face again, whenever it may be. I just wanted to give a little heads up that it might be some time, just because, you know, there are some things that just need to fall into place and I gotta work through, but this is not the end of this. In fact, it's only the beginning, so pretty stoked about that. And maybe I will be able to get another video out of my ass sooner rather than later, I don't know, but yeah. I appreciate you, I love you, and if I don't see you till after the new year, I hope your 2024 was good, and if it was bad, it's okay, because there's no such thing as bad. It's just learning lessons and shit. Oh yes, I know you're all thinking, oh Ella, how'd you get so wise? I'm not. I just am a dumb bitch and learn a lot of lessons. So, yeah. Anyway, but if it wasn't your year, that's okay. There's always room for growth and improvement, and yeah, you're doing great. Don't beat yourself up. You're great. You're fantastic even, so yeah. Anyways, love you, I'll see you when I see you, and I appreciate you. This has been a really fun outlet to have this year, and I'm really excited, like I said, to see where it goes. So yeah, appreciate you all. Bye!